After posting our transactions to the general ledger accounts, we decide at the end of the month to pay our sales tax payable on the 31st of May. So what we'll do here is we'll go to sales tax payable and see how much we owe. So our account shows that we owe $4.80 and we're going to pay that. So we debit sales tax payable for $4.80, and then we'll credit cash for $4.80 because we're sending a check to the IRS. Now under owner's equity, for closing accounts and closing the month, we need a new account, and we're going to have the number be 350. It's going to be called income summary. So we have our new account, and you can see down at the bottom we've already created our new general ledger. So on the 31st we need to close our revenue account into our income summary. So to do that, we're going to go to mowing revenue here, and we see that our balance is $80 credit. Well, to make revenue zero, we need to debit mowing revenue for $80. So we'll go back to our general journal, we'll put mowing revenue, and we'll debit it for $80. Now we'll put this into income summary. So our income summary is going to be credited for $80. Make this 2 decimal places. So now we need to post these two transactions. So we'll do this real quick. Sales tax payable, we paid it. So on the 31st, we debited $4.80. So now, do our quick little formula here. 480 minus 480 is 0. So our balance is 0 here. We'll post that. Goes to 200. And then we'll do cash on the 31st. It's a credit for $4.80. We'll debit minus credit equals $555 now in our account. So we'll go back to general ledger, and there's 100 for the reference for posting. Mowing revenue 31st, and it's a debit for 80, so we wanted to close it out. So equals our credit balance minus our debit should equal 0. So there's nothing there. Our mowing revenue account is now closed. And in the income summary on May 31st, 2011, we credited income summary for $80, and our balance is now $80. Go back to general journal, and our mowing revenue is account 400, and income summary is 350. The next entry that we make is to close all our expenses. So we'll go 31st, and since revenue was your debit here, our income summary is going to be our debit account. So we'll put income summary, and then we'll put all the expenses we had. We're going to credit those. So the first one we had was gas expense. Next one we had was repair expense. Now let's see how much is in those accounts. So we go to gas expense, and it shows we have 15. So we go back here, and the 15 was debit, so we need to credit it. So 15 goes right there. Then repair expense is a $10 debit, so we need to credit it for $10. Our income summary is going to be the addition of gas expense and repair expense, which is 25, so we can balance out our equation here. And we want to make all those 2 decimal places. So now let's post these. So the income summary is a debit of 25. So on the 31st, $25 debit. So now we have a balance of $55 in the income summary. Go back, put $350 in there. We'll do the same for the gas expense and repair expense. Quick way to do it is the 31st. We know we need to credit it for 15. And then it should equal 0. And it does. General journal, post it, 500. Do the same for repair expense. This is the 31st. Need to credit it for $10 to make it 0. And our balance is now 0 in the repair expense. It's 501. So we put 501 right there. Now the last closing entry that we're going to do is to put the income summary and put it into Joe Smith Capital, our capital account. So to do this, we do it on the 31st. We're going to go to income summary. We see that we have a balance of $55 in the credit. Well, we need this to get to 0. So to do that, we need to debit income summary for $55. So we're going to type in income summary. We need to debit it for $55. And our other account that we were talking about was going to be the Joe Smith Capital account. So we type in Joe Smith Capital. We do it for the exact same amount, $55. So now we'll post these to the general ledger. So income summary on the 31st, we debited for $55. So now this should equal 0. And it does. So we go to the general journal, post it at 350. Then our capital account, we need to credit it for $55. So on the 31st, 55 credit. Since they're both credits, they're added together. Now we have $1,055 in our capital account. So really this income summary is to see what we made, or our net profit. So our net profit was $55, and we just transferred that to our capital because that's how much the company is now worth. And that's how much Joe Smith has of investment in the company. So those are our closing entries.